What's up everybody, Chad here for yet another video featuring the Crosstrek as per usual. I just wanted to go over something very quick today and hopefully it can start up some discussion in the comments below. But when you look at the form figure of this car, what does it make you think of? Is it a hatchback, or is it a crossover, or is it a wagon? We're going to discuss a few points about what could make it either one of those, so stay tuned. So one of the areas that we're going to be looking at is the roof line, and more specifically towards the back of the vehicle. So what you're seeing right here is a window that peeks right into the cargo area, and you can see the fingerprints I just left on there. That's real nice. One of the things when I was doing research about hatchback and crossover and wagon style vehicles is that specifically with the wagons, you have a window that peeks into the cargo area, and obviously here on the Crosstrek that is such a small window you can barely see in there, and I do have the cargo cover there in the back, so it's particularly dark, and when you do peek in through the back, excuse the dirty rear window, but you can't see anything in there at all. So that is something that does denote whether or not something could potentially have the capability of being that, because you have entry into the cargo through a hinged lift gate and that window that's there that peeks into the cargo area. But when it comes to the roof line, one of the things that does make it a wagon, if you will, is the roof line doesn't necessarily slope down after the C or B pillar. It actually comes all the way to the back and then goes all the way down towards the back of the vehicle along that lift gate, which, if you think about it, some vehicles do not have. That's mostly when it comes to like possibly a sedan style vehicle, but I have seen some other wacky ones that have interesting roof lines that do kind of make it, you know, not a hatchback or not a crossover. So that's another thing. But coming into the passenger area in the rear, another thing is seats that fold down completely flat. So in this case, you can see that this area right on the back of the rear seats, it does fold just about completely flat. So when you do load cargo into the rear, as we can see peeking through here, I do have my tool bag and some other items back there that are good for trips and just in case, but it does fold down rather flat. So if you needed to load anything in there, you could. When you do compare to some crossovers and some hatchbacks, they don't always fold completely flat and don't really have as much area in the back for cargo as most wagons may. So one final thing that you can actually use to tell whether or not a car is more of a wagon style vehicle is the two-box design. As you can see from the thumbnail of the video, we do have a Ford vehicle, a little four-door actually, that is used for the detail of the design. So when you look at the vehicle, if you see a vehicle that say is a sedan, that is a three-box design in which you have one box, which is the engine compartment, a second box, which is the passenger compartment, and then a completely separate section box, which is the cargo area, which is not one that you can particularly have access to over top of the seats. Think about lifting open a trunk of, say, a Honda Civic. That is a three-box design, whereas what we're looking at here, the Subaru Forester, Subaru Outback, Golf Wagon, any of those types of vehicles, you can access the rear cargo area from the box, which is here, which then creates one big box. So it's a two-box design. Again, engine compartment's one box, passenger compartment, and in this case, and I will show this for those of you who don't exactly know what it looks like, but when you come back here, as you can see, the cargo area is able to be accessed, especially when this is folded in from where the passengers are. So that is what else can make this a hatchback or a wagon design. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and made you think a little bit about what makes a vehicle a wagon, crossover, hatchback, etc. Let me know in the comments below what you think a Subaru Crosstrek is. Does it fall into the category of a crossover, subcompact, wagon, etc.? Just let me know. Thank you all so much for watching and have a fantastic week.